Do you think you have a foundation issue? Well, stay tuned because in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 major signs that you can see visually within your house to kind of let you know if you do or if you don't have an issue. All right, so the 5 major signs and symptoms that will show if your house is experiencing a foundation problem are stucco cracks, drywall cracks, sticking doors, sticking windows, sloping floors, and leaning chimneys. The first one, stucco cracks, is pretty simple. You can walk around the exterior part of your home and typically they're going to appear around like a frame. So like a door frame, a window frame, something along those lines. You'll see like almost like a 45-degree angle coming off of one of the framings or the openings of that frame. That's the most common sign that we see on the exterior. And it's pretty easy to see. Obviously, stucco has pretty minimal flexibility when a house moves or shifts, so you can have stucco cracks pop up here and there on your home. The ones that open up and get wider and continue to grow are the ones you want to kind of watch, and those can lead to a bigger problem than just common movement. Drywall cracks. They're going to be very similar as the stucco cracks, except for on the inside of your house. So around your windows and door frames, you can then see, again, the 45-degree cracks coming off of those. Again, drywall cracks, we know that. You'll see some cracks in the ceiling as well. It's the cracks that get wider and get longer and continue to grow over time. Those are the cracks that you want to watch, monitor, and again, if they get bigger and wider, you want to call somebody and have them just verify if you do or you don't have a problem. The next one is sloping floors. Now, this one's a little bit more tricky to actually see. You're gonna probably feel it more than anything. So you may be able to feel it as you walk from one corner of your house to another. Any slope in the floor where it feels like you're kind of picking up momentum going, down a ramp or having to walk back up, it may feel a little bit different than the rest of your house. One way that you can do a in-home test on it is to take a golf ball or a marble of some sort, and if you don't have carpet, you can lay that on a hard surface and just give it a little tap and see if it continues to roll, pick up speed. If it rolls directly into one of the corners or one of your walls, more than likely you probably have some sort of settlement or sloping. You just really want to have a professional come out and let you know exactly how much. It may not be much at all, and it may just be something that you can monitor and get fixed in the future. The next sign that you can see is going to be a leaning chimney. So again, this is pretty easy to see visually from the outside. You're gonna go outside, take a look at your chimney from the side profile view, and if you notice it leaning back, or if you look at it straight on and you see a gap widening at the top and kind of funneling down like a V toward the bottom, it's showing that your chimney is leaning back from the side and kind of settling down. We see this a lot with large chimneys built on poor soils just because the soil can't handle the additional weight of that chimney area. That's why you see a lot of chimneys settle and not necessarily the rest of the house. Another sign and symptom is sticking doors or sticking windows. So this again is going to be a visual, but then also going to have a little bit more physicality in it for you as well. So the easiest way to do this, go over to one of your windows. Again, it'll go back to kind of the drywall cracks. If you see it around like the framing of the window, more than likely you're probably having a little bit of settlement. But you can go try to lift or open the window. And if you're having problems with it sticking, not going up straight. It may be something to do with the window, but then it also may be something to do with the framing, because if a house settles or the wall settles, it'll kind of tweak that framing, and it's not, your window only has so much play where it can actually slide up and down, that it may start binding and not allow it to open freely. We noticed this in a lot of like older homes with wood frames, not so much with the vinyl frames, but we still run into it here and there. Doors, on the other hand, are easier to kind of see because you can visually open and close a door and you can see it getting stuck. So if a door gets stuck when you close it, or it's hard to open, one thing that you can do visually is shut the door and you look up at the top of the door. And if you see almost like an arrow or a triangle pointed toward like the closing part of the door, or the hinge section of the door, that's going to tell you that you're having settlement on that side. It's almost like an arrow that points to where the low side of the door is. You can utilize this as a visual inspection too. That's what we kind of do. We take pictures of it. We have a lot of pictures on the website that you can check out too that will show you this in play at people's houses that are experiencing foundation issues. Another thing that you can look at with doors is if it's been shaved at the top. So if your door is not necessarily square, you can tell by kind of rubbing your hand on the top or bottom of the door, because people sand doors down to get them to open and close. One thing you want to do is probably check the squareness of your frame of the door. So you can take a 4-foot level, 3-foot level, doesn't really matter. Put it at the top of your door frame and see if it's level. If it's not, more than likely that door has been shaved. If it opens and closes pretty freely. But that's another good visual or test that you can do in-house to let you know if you do have a foundation issue or some sort of settlement going on in that area where that door is connected to. So get your levels out, get your doors out, start opening and closing things and see what sticks. The last sign and symptom that you can see in your house is going to be a visual one, and it's going to have to do with your cabinets. It can be cabinets in your kitchen, cabinets in your bathroom, wherever you may have them. You'll be able to kind of see this as long as your cabinets go up to the ceiling. One of the things is if a wall is settling on the outside and your cabinets are attached, it'll start pulling your cabinets away from the ceiling. So you start seeing a gap across the top of your ceiling where the cabinets used to meet. If your cabinets don't go all the way to the ceiling, you more than likely won't be able to utilize this as a sign and symptom or something that you can utilize to see if you do or don't have a settlement issue in that area. Again, if you don't have cabinets in the area that is settling, more than likely, again, this is not going to be a good sign and symptom for you to utilize. So now that you have the signs and symptoms, one of the things that we strongly recommend is getting an evaluation. And then once you get your evaluation completed, if you do have an issue, we strongly recommend getting it fixed or repaired as quickly as possible. The reason being is because in the time and market that we're in, increases in prices have happened, and they happen quite frequently and sporadically. We can't control a lot of the steel market, labor pool, different things like that obviously add to cost, and that's why we recommend it. Just from this year to 2 years ago, the price of a foundation repair has gone up about 30%. So if you would have got your house repaired 2 years ago, it would cost you about 30% less. And with the average job now being about $25,000, that's about a $8,000 savings that you could have had if you would have got your foundation repaired 2 years ago. So keep that in mind. It's probably only going to go up until everything stabilizes out, and then who knows if it's going to go back down. So that's why we strongly recommend getting it fixed. And on top of it, it's going to give you peace of mind and allow you a little bit more freedom to get that refi on the house. Or if you want to sell it, it's going to give you, again, additional insurance to know that you're going to get maximum value for your house. Because most of the time, banks and lenders will not do a refi or provide a loan on a house that has a foundation issue until it's repaired. So keep that in mind and make sure you get those things fixed as soon as you can. So now that we've talked about the signs and symptoms, we've talked about that you should get it fixed as quickly as you can, and now we're going to talk about how we're actually going to fix it. So one of the two methods that we strongly recommend is utilizing a push pier system or a helical pier system. These two systems are pretty similar in regards to effectiveness to be able to raise and re-level your house and provide you peace of mind of that foundation not settling again. Those two repair methods also come with a lifetime warranty backed by us. Not every company offers a lifetime warranty. We are one of the few that do, just because we stand behind our work and we know that once we have repaired a foundation, we won't walk away from it if it does experience settlement again. But just so you know, in the years that we've been doing this, we've had zero, and we've repaired over 2,000 homes. We feel very confident in the fix, the repair, the recommendation, and want to be able to pass that on to you. Now, the price is a little bit different for each one of these. So a push pier right now is about anywhere from $2,200 to $2,600, depending on when you're actually watching this video. And helicals are going to be anywhere from $2,400 to about $2,800. Again, timing with material costs and inflation, everything's going up. Like I said, it's just giving you a range of where you kind of want to be. To get yourself an accurate number, you want to call a professional, us and maybe another couple companies. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to help you out, give you some accurate numbers, be able to help you fix your foundation, get you on stable ground, pass along that lifetime warranty, give you peace of mind so you don't have to worry about this settlement ever again. All right, so now you know the signs and symptoms. You know the timeline to get this fixed. You know a rough estimated cost that it's going to cost per pier and the repair recommendations we're going to give. So now we just need you to click that button. We want to be able to give you that free evaluation to give you that peace of mind. We do a full-on inspection, report everything, give you floor elevations, just so you know exactly what your house is experiencing and is not experiencing. Just so you know, we don't try to push stuff on you. We go by the actual numbers and facts that the manometer provides in the floor elevation survey. So if there's no problem with your home, or if your home's just experiencing mild settlement, we will tell you that. We'll tell you, hey, I would monitor this, maybe put some drainage around the exterior, kind of get water away from the foundation so you don't have a bigger problem down the road. Like I said, we're not here to gouge you, take money out of your pocket. We want to be your foundation repair company to give you the best, most accurate information that we can. And so that way, obviously, you can have peace of mind of knowing that you don't have an issue with your house, or if you do have an issue with your house, that you're getting it repaired by a company that actually cares. Thank you all for watching this video, and thanks to each and every one of our customers that we've had the privilege of repairing your home. Our tagline is never settle, and we keep that to heart, and we expect you to also have that in your mind. We never want you to settle for subpar work, especially when it comes to your home's foundation.